everyone for taking a quick look. So we're here to demo and talk about the AI browser agent space generally. And our startup is rtrvr.ai, retriever no vowels. It's tricky for we're getting some tricky feedback, but yeah. So our whole goal is it's a Chrome extension that can do tasks autonomously on the web, retrieve structured data, and do like call third-party tools or APIs, all with natural language. So yeah, we could quickly go through a little bit of our side. So I'm Arjun. I used to work at Google Ads doing vertical federated learning. So setting up models, training architecture in such a way that you could train models in silos. So like the features and labels could be in silos, and the raw data would never leave those silos as you train the model. And as soon as ChatGPT came out, I was hyped about its applications to the like how it could like help people. And I can let Bhavani talk about her background.
Yeah, as you know, both worked in the Google ads, especially dealing with billions of users' data or like processing them securely. Um, that's when we realized that there is much more need for such a high level processing of transparent data exchange in the rest of the worldly applications too. That's when we started brainstorming about Retriever to build a transparent, highly scalable data exchange and provide the agentic tools for all the providers as well as data buyers to be able to generate data at scale. So yeah, we can get started with our agent.
Yeah, so it's same as the website. So like a little background is like for a lot of people, the browser is the bottleneck. Me personally, I have thousands of tabs open, and I'm constantly context switching, and you're kind of just copying data from one tab to the other, and this manual data entry kind of kills productivities for for different kinds of jobs, or like sales jobs or other jobs where it's like you have to just click through and manually copy paste, and which are things that AI could help us automate, right? And a lot of companies actually hire scraping services offshore that to get like just manually extract data from these websites, and they're okay paying X amount of money. And another way people are getting around it is like RPA bots, right? You set up automations, but these automations can break. They're like the website updates, and like it's like all gone. And but like AI agents kind of solve this because they're generalizable. They can, if the website changes, they can it's not a problem for them. They'll still can figure out what to do. And yeah, like if you are thinking of the other side of agents, that way people are structuring it right now, it's like I have this agent, it has access to 10 docs, and I'm going to constantly update the permissions from the underlying doc to the agent's permissions. And it's like you're kind of duplicating these like permissions, and you're siloing the data that is not available to your everyday user. So our take on this is having a Chrome extension that can do actions on the current tab, as well as all the tabs you have in the background as well. Or you can give us a Google Sheet of a column of URLs to interact with, and we'll open them and interact with them. And as I mentioned earlier, we also have like function calling that allows you to just with natural language call the APIs you need as well. So it's like combining the web and API layer into one single interface with just natural language you can do actions on. So for example, if I just give this command of like find retriever's LinkedIn page and follow, our agent goes through our agent goes through and searches for retriever, and I'll give it one more shot. Clearly it's having issues with the name as well, but so you can see it search for retriever in the search bar, and it will click through, like, so it can take actions on the page such as typing, clicking, selecting drop downs, and do the goal that you wanted to. And it can do this for as part of a data extraction tool as well. So you could say, yeah, so we're already following, so it doesn't matter. And so you could say like do X task and then extract this data to Google Sheets. So like one common case could be like, hey, I'm on Hacker News. for every article on this page, like extract all of this data to Google, like using our like export feature, which natively has integration with Google Sheets. So it will construct like a JSON basically for all of these like elements on the page and write to Google Sheets. So it's like a way to scrape data without like you getting technical at all. You honestly you could have just pressed a button and it would have figured out as well like what you probably wanted. And so it's like zero effort almost. And this could be useful for some of this other feature could be useful for some of the more technical people that have like hundreds of research papers to read through, maybe with all the latest AI breakthroughs. So if you're like on archive and you are just saying for the first 5 papers, open the PDFs and extract this like information, um, our AI agent will like be able to like using this explore feature to go through the pages as well as like explore the links as new tabs with sub tabs that
So
yeah,
essentially, like a deep crawling of the second level of crawling too.
oof. It didn't work, but maybe it will work again. It's still a little finicky on the latest with the latest Gemini models we recently upgraded to 2, so we have to rework everything as someone who's working more downstream has to figure out. So as you can see, it opened these PDFs that are nested, and it can extract the information from these PDFs of like the data we wanted, of like the title, top author, and like a summary. So, but you could have it like even more nested. Like you could ask for tables in this PDF as well. So it has written most of them. It has written all of them here, and yeah, I think the other actions you can do is like do actions across tabs. So say like we have our own take on deep research where if you have a bunch of companies and you already have them as open tabs, you can select them and give like a research query like analyze these companies by strategy, features, pricing. And we're kind of using like your own sites that to do research on. So we will take action on these sites and like go to the pricing page to figure out like to answer this research query. And this is like a novel concept because like OpenAI's deep research as well as Google's deep research, they only have access to the public web. So maybe you have local files like a local directory, or you might have like paywalled sites that only like customers will have access to. Um, or like login walled paywall sites, none of these are available to these to Google or OpenAI, and we can take actions on them since it's just you, it's as if you're browsing on your local, it is you browsing on your local web. So yeah, it allows like a whole new like set of it allows a whole new set of sources as well, and you're more in control of the sources. So what we found with our experience with Gemini's deep research is that it's like the quality of the sources matters more than the like underlying model. So like why is Gemini deep research so good? It's just like Google searching your topics, figuring out what to Google search and taking the top X results from that. But we think you are much better efficient, more you are much better arbiter of quality. And you can, if you have your own sources that you would like instead of like random Reddit pages, then the quality of the research output should also be better. And instead of like long reports that, you know, we have some doubts on if people actually read those reports like end to end. Our take on this is like, hey, you have X dimensions and you have Y topics. Like a condensed matrix to represent this information is more useful to the end user. If I want to compare the strategies of Retriever and like Axiom AI, this is much more useful to me than like reading through a very long report of like to get the same information, like looking at section A and then section B. So yeah, if the best use case of AI so far is like summarize, then like writing a long report doesn't seem like the best product market fit for these kind of AI deep research tools. And yeah, I think that's mostly it. I can show a quick demo of like our feature to extract data. Like if you just have these kind of if you have like X Amazon tabs and you just want to like extract them, like you can just click one button and we'll automatically define the schema and be able to extract the data automatically, and you can use it for like reference later on, like if you're comparison shopping or yeah. Um, you could yeah also like close the PDF type, but like if you had like PDFs, you could select all of these bunch of PDFs or Google Docs and ask to like get you can ask to summarize across tabs or like
Yeah.
ask for comparisons. And
Yeah.
yeah, let Bhavani take over. I don't know.
Yeah.
Is, go for it.
Yeah, let's look at some more cool use case. I know, like you've like looked at bunch of features of Retriever. That shows our passion for like building this project for sure. Um, the one of the best features of Retriever is like function calling. We do not have any tight integration with one or two providers, but a dynamic integration with any tool that exists out in the world. All you have to do is generate the integration using LLM. Say, for example, I have test integrations with Slack. We have integrations with creating data analysis graphs. Literally, you can do like a WhatsApp integration or anything. Say, for example, I have like a Slack integration where I can invoke this Slack integration to send messages to channel or replies to people as such. We all have been subscribed to so many newsletters. It's hard to read these days, right? So I'll ask it to generate a quick summary of the newsletter here and send me a Slack message.
You're not sharing the screen.
Uh, I am now.
Okay, now I can see. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't
Oh,
focused earlier. Yeah. So yeah, as you can see with the extension, as I mentioned, we have like a Slack message function here, right here, and then I'm asking our agent to like send me a Slack message um, with a quick summary of the newsletter here. So what it does is like it works seamlessly on your email, on your web, or like any web application out there. So it tries to generate a summary and like yeah, creates like a function, invokes the Slack messaging function and tries to like send the message to you. So as you can see, like yeah, I'm in India right now. So it successfully sent the message. Like the newsletter talks about the Sam Altman's comments on Elon's bets and so on. So yeah, get away with reading like tons of newsletters when you can get the key points right in your inbox for you. And let us do like a couple more things. We all deal with so many design docs, so many internal PDFs that are not even web, but are inside your corporate internet or like corp internet. The best part of Retriever being an extension on your own browser is you can access those internal docs as well. Say I have these design docs on AI web agent as well as design doc on like thinking LLM models, which is the rage right now. Now I want to like extract some data out of it, right? So like give me top points and summary, and all I have to do is like ask across these tabs if you want it in a text format or if you want to extract it in like a Google Sheet format, in a structured data format. You can go for extract. So it processes the docs, extracts the relevant data that you want, and like yeah, opens up a sheet and gives it to you. So as you can see, it's like blazing fast off like, yeah, what are the docs and what are the top key points on this and like summary as well. So imagine you like dealing with thousands of internal docs, thousands of external websites. Everything is seamlessly possible with Retriever. And one more thing I want to show is like our cool data analysis feature, which is our like graph bot feature. Say the same stuff. You're dealing with a lot of like market research data or so, and you want to like generate like a data analysis report on top of the data. Here we have US state with the population estimates on a website. So by invoking the graph bot, it automatically generates the graphs on any form of structured data that's been provided to the retriever. So as you can see, the number of functionalities and features are like infinite with retriever, and that takes us to like how we are different compared to like many other AI agents out there in the market, right? So one of our key technological differences, we are a text-based agent compared to like a vision-based approach or vision-based agentic approach by Claude or your OpenAI operator. And how is it better? So, one, text based. The way we approach text based is we represent these web pages in an exhaustive and comprehensive way so that it's like zero hallucination or like bare minimum hallucination from the LLMs. Compared to vision based approach, there is a very pretty high chance of hallucinations, which you might have seen in Claude clicking the Yellowstone article or even operator go taking so much long to even get a task done. And also, you might have heard of browser base or other browsers that exist on the cloud, that are really extremely costly because they have to pay for the proxies, and the browsers are running up in the cloud. So you do not have like a control as you have control on your own browser. So also, because it's running on like a generic browser on the cloud, the results that you see are not personalized. By having an extension such as retriever right in your browser, you can see the personalized results and you can process the data on top of it. The best part, you can get access to all the paywalled content and even your internal corporate websites. And because we are leveraging a text-based model, as Arjun mentioned, we get to process the tabs in the background and multiple tabs at once. So you can do your work and let retriever do work in the background. So yeah, that's like the true productivity unlocked right there. And
I could just add on a little bit, maybe. Yeah, so I think what if you can go back to the previous slide, I think some things to add on is like what in our discussions with other players in the space, it actually turns out that hosting like a cloud browser and setting up proxies dominates the LLM cost. And similarly, there's like a reason why you don't stream a browser to your like to do your daily browsing. They're actually pretty resource intensive, and it's kind of like one of the most resource intensive things that the average person uses. So we don't think it's not scale. We don't think it's scalable approach to do like operator for everybody. Like you definitely need it needs to be some local resources, and the reason why the vision based approach needs to can only be done on the active tab is that the browser itself doesn't render background tabs. So it physically cannot, like, otherwise it's like going to consume a lot of resources to render all of your thousand open tabs. So that kind of like they're using the vision approach as like a short gap, which turns into like shooting yourself in the foot long term in terms of what you can do with this kind of technology. And yep, I think that's mostly it.
yeah,
Yeah.
do check out our extension, do give it a try. We're really open for feedback, and lots of exciting features up in the pipeline. Yeah, and please reach out to us at, yeah, support at Retriever or founders at Retriever. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys so much. And maybe put that QR code up there one more time. I think everyone should go and check that out, right? This is a very, really incredible technology. So, you know, I'm personally going to go check it out after this. So.